YouTube, how's it going? It's Cad and Oscar. You read the title. Today we're going to be talking about passport bros. For those of you guys that have the luxury of not knowing what a passport bro is, a passport bro is someone who is so fed up with Western culture and the standards of relationships that they go overseas to either third world countries or Eastern countries because they believe that traditional values are better there. Some popular places include Thailand, Japan, Mexico, Colombia, the Philippines, among others. Now, I generally disagree with the whole passport bro ideology, or at least many aspects of it. One thing I won't get into in today's video, but is a major point, is the dangers of it. The reason I won't get into that is because Trap University did a really good video on this that's very concise and much better than anything I could ever do. The link to that video is in the description. If you want to watch that video and skip this entire one, you're more than welcome to, and I actually wouldn't care because Trap University makes videos that good. What I'm here to talk about more so is why it is that someone can't get pussy to the extent where they're going overseas for it. Is the dating market a little bit wonky at this time? Yeah, I think social media has corrupted the minds of so many, especially in my generation. It sets these unrealistic expectations upon everybody. I mean, you'll see videos about people that are like, if I'm not making millions of dollars at 20 years old, I'm a failure. There's the comparison game where you're comparing your life to somebody's highlight reel. Sometimes I'll be scrolling on like Instagram or something like that. I see a post from a friend who's on vacation, and I'll say to myself, damn, I wish I was on vacation right now. But the thing is, you go through somebody's posts, it's all just going to be vacations and celebrations of life. And most of the time, you're not going to be doing the same thing at the same time. So it's not really fair to make comparisons on social media. But unfortunately, this is the reality we live in. Believe it or not, I actually learned this in my Spanish class. I remember there was a unit where the teacher was talking about social media, and she played a video in Spanish about how there was a woman that was posting couple stuff, and it seemed like they were really happy, but the reality was she was getting beaten by her husband. I think it was a fake video, but it still showed the same point. But anywho, back to passport bros. I think a lot of the problems that people have with dating is introspective. A lot of people set unrealistic expectations about how they need to be or how society is as a general whole because of a few bad experiences. We actually do this a lot with not just dating, but things like cops or races of people. We humans like to generalize because pattern recognition is something that we seek to desire. We want to make sense of the world, naturally. And so we associate things with other things, which causes unrealistic viewpoints about modern day dating. Now, I'll be the first to admit that it's become a lot more gamified and weirded out because of the existence of things like dating apps. But that doesn't mean that relationships as a whole have died out. But that brings me into passport bros, people who go overseas for pussy. Here's the thing. I think that the sanctity of many passport bro relationships are built on exploitation. When you move overseas, especially to countries that are not doing so well economically, a power dynamic is going to form and it will exist in your relationship. For instance, if I went to a country like Colombia and I met a girl who is in a not so stable situation, obviously they're going to start depending on me in order to support themselves. You'll see this a lot as well in like the Thailand community. I heard of relationships where people had to pay for their grandfather's medical bills. And I feel like you need to ask yourself at any point during any relationship, is it transactional? In the sense that, am I giving someone something in exchange for a relationship? For instance, people want green cards. And so if they want to marry you as an American, you need to ask yourself, are they only with me for the green card? And I think that a lot of people actually prey upon these things and take advantage of the women of third world countries. Not all are third world countries, but I'm just using that as an example. Now, some people are a-okay with having transactional relationships. I'm not. And I think many people in the passport bro community are actually tired of women in Western cultures treating men like their bank accounts. So the question is, why is it then that it's okay to sort of exploit women in foreign countries? Maybe this is a whole reflection on Western civilization, dating, and the exploitations of people in order to get what you want. Maybe relationships as a whole are power dynamics to some. No, I'm not going to say that wealth dynamics and power dynamics don't exist in relationships. I think most do, for a variety of controllable and uncontrollable factors. That doesn't mean that they're not able to be navigated. I'm just saying that passport bros, I think, take advantage of this situation a lot more than they'd like to admit to you. Now, if you are someone that wants to immerse yourself in foreign cultures and stuff like that, really get to know what it's like to live in XYZ country and not just go there because the women are beautiful and I can snag me up one, that's a totally different conversation that we're having right now. I'm sure there are passport bros that are actually like this and are not about the exploiting of women. With that said, I feel like it is something that is still subconscious with a lot of passport bros. I think a lot of the defense that passport bros have is like, oh, you're just jealous because you can't get any foreign pussy, or that I can't afford to go overseas. Let me just tell you right now, that if your true love is overseas, or that you think that you personally align yourself with the culture a lot more, try and go to a foreign country and act like you're just an albino or that you're a local. If you still want to live in that country and do your thing, that's perfectly fine. But just ensure that you are not a bank account, that you're not a wallet, that you are not a transaction, and that your partner is much of the same. But yeah, to any of my passport bros that are still going to be passport bros after this, stay safe. Again, go watch Trap University's video, because I didn't even touch on the dangers of being a passport bro, but they're very real and they very much so exist. So go check it out. And with that, I've been Ked. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. We're on a fucking roll, by the way, so thank you guys for that. I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace! Peace! Pumpkin! Pumpkin.